Hey writers, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to teach you how to make your parents trust you. Now this is important because this means that you will gain more independence. Your parents are going to trust you to go out into the world on your own because they'll know that you're going to make the right decisions and be safe. All your parents want is for you to be safe. So in order to gain their trust, you want to make sure that you are responsible and that you have integrity, which means doing what you say you're going to do. Now, for you, this might mean having good grades or doing your chores. So if they see that you are responsible and you're doing what you say you're going to do, then they will trust you. You know, that's how you build trust. When you say you're gonna do something and you actually follow through and you do it. Now, it can also mean when they let you go out with your friends and they give you a curfew and they tell you to be back at a certain time and you actually come back at that time every single time, then they will trust you. Or if you call them to let them know you're running late or to ask them if you can stay longer, then they will trust that you will make the right decisions. Like you actually care about what they say and you respect them. In return, not only do you have integrity, but you also respect them. You know, you want to make them happy and make sure that they're not worried about you. So that builds trust. So whenever your parents tell you to be back home at a certain time, make sure you're back at that time. That's the big one with me and my daughter. If you're new to my channel, I have a teen daughter, so this is how I know. I trust her because if I say, hey, be back at 7, she's here at 7. So make sure you do that. Now, the next thing is respect yourself and others, especially your parents. If you respect yourself, if your parents see that you have ethics and morals and standards and, you know, boundaries, then they will trust you. They'll know that you will make the right decisions. They'll just know that you don't make the wrong choices or make stupid choices. We all make mistakes, but for the most part, you don't want to be reckless. So respect your elders. You know, I know this is something that isn't really taught much anymore, and I'm not sure why, but you should respect your elders, meaning like someone who's older than you, they obviously know a lot more than you. For example, me, if I'm talking to someone in my 40s or 50s or 60s, whatever, I give them the respect they deserve because they've been on this earth so much longer than me. They know so much more, and so I don't want to disrespect them and just kind of blow them off or curse at them, or, you know, there's a certain level of respect you have to have. So same thing goes for you. And you should have respect for people your own age. If you're 16 and they're 16, you should still respect each other, no matter what. Respect a 10-year-old, you know? But the point is, if they see that you carry yourself a certain way in front of others, especially older people, then they will know like, okay, she or he has great character. So when they're out in the world, they're representing themselves and therefore us in a good way, in a good light. So that just gives them a little bit more confidence, letting you out into the world and trusting you, trusting that you'll be making the right decisions. And for those of you who don't know what it means to respect your parents or respect someone, I have a video that I'll put up here or in the description below where you can learn what it means to respect your parents. So watch that. Another tip that I have is to make sure that you make friends with the right people. If your parents know that your friends are reckless or rude or all these bad things, they're not gonna feel comfortable letting you go out with them. They're not gonna, it's not that they don't trust you, but they don't trust those friends or those that are around you. You wanna make friends that show respect, have integrity, make the right choices, you know, like nice friends who are still fun, and obviously you're gonna make mistakes like I said, but you want to make sure that when you're asking your parent, hey, can I go with so-and-so, they have a good image in their head about them. Because with my daughter, she knows, like, if it's a girl that I think, oh no, she is bad business, she's bad news, nope, you're not going, then she already knows, like, not to even ask me. But if it's a friend that I know has respect for others and has integrity and has morals and ethics, they're really well-rounded, then I'm like, okay, yeah, you can go with them. It just depends, you know, and then it can be a group of friends. So I'm like, who are you going with? And then she'll give me names of the people she's going with. And maybe there's 1 or 2 people in there that I don't really like or I don't think they're a good influence, but I'll still let her go because there's 3 other friends who are cool, you know? So it just depends. And sometimes I will tell her, bring your friend here. Tell your friend to come over here, which actually I have a video coming up soon on what you should do or shouldn't do when you go over your friend's house. When I put it up, I'll put a link down below and a little card. But yeah, I have that coming up because you should know how you should act when you go to your friend's house. So this next tip should be obvious, but sometimes you just don't even realize. You need someone to tell you. Do not lie. Don't lie to your parents. How do you expect them to trust you if you lie to them? It doesn't work in any relationship. With any friendship, any relationship, mother, daughter, boyfriend, girlfriend, friends, there can't really be trust if someone is lying, especially if they lie all the time. You want to be honest. I know it can be scary to tell your parents certain things, but trust me, if you are honest, then they will trust you. They'll trust that you'll tell them whether or not you're, I don't know, God forbid, I haven't been through this situation, but if like my daughter gets drunk, or like she doesn't drink, but if it were to happen, I would want to know that she can trust me too, to call me and tell me, hey mom, I've had too much to drink, or hey mom, I did this, or hey, so-and-so's drunk and they can't drive me home, you know, instead of risking themselves. I hope no parent goes through that, but the point here is that no matter how bad the situation or how bad anything is, tell your parents. Therefore, they know that you trust them and they will trust you in return. It's a mutual relationship here, so just don't lie. Be honest. So last but not least, it brings me to have a connection with them. Tell them things, you know, like let them into your world. If you slowly open up those doors and share experiences with them or ask them for advice, things like that, they will feel like you trust them. Like I said, if you trust them, they'll feel like, oh, my kid trusts me, and therefore I trust that they're gonna come to me with anything that's wrong in their life or any questions that come up. Maybe if they're curious about something, they'll come to me first before doing something. I don't know, whenever something happens too, like something major, they'll just know that you will come to them. And that right there makes them trust you a lot. Trust me on this. Make sure you're open with them. Try to build that, not friendship because you're not friends, but just try to build that connection with them. And that'll help a lot with them trusting you. It'll almost make it easier for them when you come and you say, hey mom, can I do this? They'll just feel like, yeah, you can do that. You have a bond. You're creating a bond. That's very important. Comment down below. Let me know if you lost your parents' trust for whatever reason. And if you want a video on how to regain their trust, let me know down below so I can make that. Also, if you have any tips for anyone, comment down below and let them know what has worked for you. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And I will see you guys in my next video. Besitos!